미국의 한 대학교 강당에서 한국과 중국의 문화에 대해 이야기하는 시간을 가졌습니다. 한국과 한류의 열성 팬으로 유명한 샘 리처드 교수의 지도 아래 진행된 수업이었는데요. 중국인 학생들은 한국에 K-팝이 있듯이 중국에는 C-팝이 있다며 중국의 문화를 자랑하려 했지만 C-팝이라고 거창하게 얘기한 것 치고는 할 말이 없어 본전도 못 찾게 되는데요. 지금부터 해당 강의 함께 보시겠습니다.
Someone say what it means. Someone say what it refers
Basically
to.
describe a male that act like a female.
A male that acts like a female. Is it derogatory?
No, actually, it's more like when people are making jokes, kind of that.
So tell the class why I put you know what we're going to talk about here, right? Does anyone want to take this on, bro?
Yeah, it's like with C-pop, many of them like very skinny, makeup and dressed like a little bit like a girl, so people attack them by saying "Yang Pao."
So do people attack them, or there's a government? Go ahead, bro.
Basically, it's very simple. It's an insult.
What's that?
It's more like insult to
An insult.
men who dress like women. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Like, so the literal is the literal translation girly, like girly guns or something like that? Yeah, girly guns. It doesn't make sense in English, but okay. So the Chinese government has recently had a campaign where the government is saying, listen, all this K-pop influence, right, which is influencing C-pop, which is K-pop stars are really altering, which is pretty cool, by the way, the way we're thinking about gender and the way people are bending gender. And you look at like these guys. This is a Chinese band. What's the? This is the TF boys. Is this the TF boys? Yeah. Okay. The TF boys. What's that mean? The fighting boys, right? TF.
I think maybe not the fighting because they're like a group of boys and they're just three of them.
Yeah.
Actually, it's a very big family and they all call TF boys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
and actually, they're the most popular one. Yeah.
These guys are the most popular.
Yeah, they're the most popular.
C-pop boy band, and C-pop is like K-pop is Korean pop, and C-pop is Chinese pop. So the idea is that K-pop stars, the young men and women, but really the young men, are pushing the boundaries of gender. So it's like, which is really fascinating that they're, and pushing the boundaries, meaning that, hey, we're going to go from this male masculinity macho stuff, and we're going to just take a trip over here toward what would be identified as more feminine. And not only are we going to do that, but we're going to do it in a way that we're awesome artists and we're awesome stars, and people all over Korea, all over China, all over Asia are going to think we're amazing, right? And we're these sex symbols, right? Sex symbols, right? But the government has put out now this campaign about the neo-pop, about saying that, listen, this is not a movement, a cultural movement that we want to tolerate, right? So we're not going to invest, we're going to stop investing resources in these neo-pop boys or groups or whatever, right? And has that slowed down support for them at all? Is that, you know what I mean?
I think it's not about gender stuff. It's more like money washing. So
about what?
People wash money in this kind of things.
Okay. Is it also about like the themes of their songs? That the themes are really about making money and power and this sort of thing?
No. It's just about some rich people. They want to wash their monies.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
So that's so fascinating because, when things happen in a country the size of China, it's like 1.4 million people, and the Chinese government...
Billion.
What's that?
1.4
billion.
billion.
Yeah, billion. Billion, million, whatever. Give or take a few million. So by the time it lands here, what we read about in the media here is often really different than what actually happens on the ground. It's like what you all read about. What did you hear about guns in America, right? That people think you were going to come over here and get shot? Yeah. What did they say?
They say it's very dangerous.
Yeah. So if you come to Penn State, you're going to get killed if you go into a.
Like before I like came to US this semester, my parents actually wanna like stop me from like going here to continue my study because they think like the pandemic here is still very like serious. Because like the media like in China is like portraying like differently, but also like when I back to China last year, like the media here in US also portrayed differently. Like China is very like have serious pandemic. When like the pandemic in China is actually pretty much over, like last year.
Yeah. Huh.
코로나가 거의 잡혀간다는 중국인 학생의 어불성설에 어이없어하는 리처드 교수의 모습이 인상적이었습니다. 중국인 학생들과의 수업 시간에는 중국의 어떤 문화가 멋진지 논하지도 못했는데요. 반면 한국인 학생과 함께한 수업 시간에는 한국의 문화에 대해 많은 이야기가 오갔습니다. 바로 보시겠습니다.
Can you answer this question?
We got kimchi, we got K-pop, we got bulgogi.
Hey, listen, so what's kimchi? Help us out.
Kimchi's it's a traditional food. It's made with lettuce and like spices and it's like it's
Dude,
red.
lettuce or cabbage?
Oh, cabbage.
Sorry, let me help you out, my friend. All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, what else, man? What else you got?
We also have some pretty cool like traditional culture. Like we got dramas, K-dramas.
Yeah. What's K-dramas?
Yeah.
As in Korean. So when you say K, the K
Yeah.
before, so folks who don't know, you just use that as like Korean
It
drama.
stands for Korean, yeah.
So when you say K-pop,
Korean pop music.
got you.
Yep.
Okay. What's a K-drama?
The most popular one I'd say is the rom-com.
What makes it special?
We got good-looking dudes and good-looking girls
Yeah.
performing dramatic scenes on TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds like they're thinking if it's not porn, like what's the
No,
point?
no. We actually don't have that. It's actually banned in Korea.
Banned in Korea?
Yeah.
Porn is?
Yeah.
No kidding.
No, it's banned.
So what do you?
What do you
What's
mean?
cool about K-pop?
K-pop. Special effects.
Yeah.
Cool dance groups. I think we have KPMD coming up next.
Yeah.
Those dances are real
A
cool.
lot of dance.
Yep.
A lot of.
Yep.
So if you were to try to convince Penn State students to go to Korea for a study abroad instead of going to like London or Paris or
Yeah.
whatever, what would you say in
Okay.
2 sentences?
Okay. One thing. Penn State has a partnership with Yonsei University. That's one of the top 3 universities in Korea. So you get to study there if you do a study abroad.
People speak English?
Yeah, they're all good at English.
Yeah.
They have an English course like in Korean high school.
So you could go there and you could go if you don't speak any Korean and
Yeah,
you could study
exactly.
abroad.
Yep.
So answer that
Something
question.
hipster.
Korea is cool because
Makeup. I like Korean style makeup. It's a little bit different, softer. What else are you cool for? Colors.
wait,
flowers.
do you use Korean style makeup?
No, this is not it.
All right, but you like it.
Yes.
So you like it, but
I mean,
you don't
I
use
noticed. I mean, like Korean people are really distinctive, or at least from me, to my eyes, like on campus, you could tell when you see the Chinese students, Japanese students, and the Korean students. There's just a different type of style. I appreciate the fashion. I think, not that it's made for me,
it. Yeah.
as a bigger person, but I like it.
So you like the makeup, you like the fashion. Think it's
Food's
hip.
great.
Music?
Oh yes, music. I mean, that's pretty much it. I was one of those people that eat, sleep, and breathe K-pop and K-dramas, and just like had the merchandise, learned to dance, had our OTPs, just like in it.
So do you watch K-dramas?
Yeah.
And what is it about them that you like?
Kind of like telenovelas, like Korean, like K-dramas have their own dramatic shit. Like, it's their own. It has their own style. There's just something about it that kind of pulls you in. And specifically with certain ones, like popular ones, or at least years ago, like Boys Over Flower, the appeal is like the way their superstars are in everything. So acting is one of them. So it's just one of those additional ways where as a fan, a fanatic, you get to just absorb something that has their face in it.
한국인 학생은 물론 미국인까지 한국의 문화에 대해 열변을 토한 현장이었는데요. 외국인들이 자신이 한류 팬이라며 애정을 드러낼 때면 한국인으로서 어깨가 으쓱해집니다. 수업을 진행한 샘 리처드 교수는 유명한 친한파로 한류에 대해 자주 이야기하는 인물입니다. 방문 계획까지 세웠지만 코로나19로 무산되어 안타깝기 그지없는데요. 상황이 좀 나아지면 올해 5월경에 꼭 한국을 찾아 공개 강연 등을 하며 더 많은 한국인을 만나보고 싶다고 전했습니다. 그의 바람처럼 코로나19가 잠잠해져서 샘 리처드 교수와 세계의 한류 팬들이 한류의 본고장인 한국에 올 수 있었으면 좋겠습니다.